Transport the storage crystals aboard the Resolute.
Did I hear that right?
That's an order.
The storage crystals are on board in our cargo bay.
Thank you. I won't forget this.
So, jetzt geht jemand.
I hope you realize what you've done. We don't need another captain who's gonna risk our lives just to feed their ego. This ship and this crew come first.
Lieutenant.
She has to hear it.
This isn't about me. It's our duty as Starfleet officers to protect life.
So.
Wherever and however we find it. And I couldn't let them fall into Galvin and Sidron's hands. I had to do it this way.
And to think, I used to look up to you.
The Aphelion is targeting us, approaching rapidly.
They hit us with that bioforming ray and it's over. Maximum warp. Get us out of here.
Where, Captain?
Anywhere but here. Now!
Aber das sind so klassische Sicherheitsoffiziersdinger, ne? Immer alles kaputt machen wollen. Oh Gott, die arbeiten da immer noch dran, die da rauszuholen? Krass.
There they are!
Thank you. I'm not sure one of my kind would have done for you what you did for me. I did not expect a show of mercy. I hoped, but you could have just as easily left me to my fate.
I didn't do it for you. I did it because it was the right thing to do.
I don't understand it, but I'm glad you did.
Wer würde das nicht sagen?
Now that we're safe on your ship, I think you were right to bring her. Things seem a little different now than they did in the heat of battle.
You're not mad that I didn't release Ataska from her situation?
After all the trials we'd survived, maybe there's more room to hope for Ataska than I'd thought.
Oh, no surprises here. But your shoulder's separated. If you come with me to sickbay, we can get you fixed up in no time.
Thank you. I'll find you afterwards.
You two, check in at your stations. This thing isn't over yet.
So, jetzt können wir hier offensichtlich ein bisschen rumlaufen, ein bisschen erkunden. Das machen wir jetzt auch mal. Oh, okay. Spec-Cargo-Container. Können wir mit der Dame sprechen?
You're really making us proud out there, Diaz. The lower decks don't get a lot of glory.
I'm just getting started.
Lower decks, lower decks, lower decks.
Diaz.
Yeah?
Did you see our people over there? Miranda?
Kapoor, Hauser?
We saw Miranda and Kapoor, but they're bioform. And as far as I know, there's no way to undo it.
That means they're not our friends anymore.
If they attack us?
We'll have to stop them. No matter what it takes.
Yeah. I guess we have to be ready for that.
Ja, da kann man nichts machen. Die haben ja auch Biobetten, krass. Gleich im Hangar. Warum auch nicht? Um Verletzte, ne, auszuholen.
I can't believe it, but I'm actually looking forward to seeing Chovak. Not that I'd expect this kind of welcome from him, but I can just imagine the look on his face.
Oh, come on, he's got to give us some credit for all we've done.
We'll see. Then again, if he doesn't, that's just Chovak being Chovak.
I can't believe it! You evaded the Takan, ejected their warp cores, and lived to talk about it!
That about sums it up.
They're gonna be teaching this at the Academy for years to come. I mean it. Everybody's gonna learn how you pulled it off.
Well, what we did, you can't just teach that.
Maybe not, but I'm sure they'll try. I heard about Belle. Is Miranda...
As far as we know, she's still out there.
Well, I know Captain Rydek will do her best to get her back.
Hold on. Rydek? What about Captain Solano?
He was turned into a Takan. Rydek had to take over. She's a hell of an officer. But none of us have been up against anything like this.
Natürlich nicht.
No one has. Not in 500,000 years.
We'll just have to step up and work that much harder to help Captain Rydek.
It's gonna take all of us.
Talk to you later.
It is agreeable to see you again.
Is
Das
that
höchste
so?
der möglichen Komplimente.
It was by no means a certainty that you would return to duty here.
No, it was not.
But it was my sincere hope you would.
It's great to be seen, boss. There were a few moments out there off the ship where I wasn't really sure we'd be making it back either. Everything here in engineering's kind of a sight for sore eyes.
Indeed. You should know your absence has left engineering terribly short-handed. During your sojourn, this department has fallen unacceptably behind schedule on both regular and irregular duties.
There's been a whole lot of irregularity going around.
Seems like you could use some help around here. We're ready to go to work.
I'd like to catch my breath for at least a few minutes, Carter.
Normally, I would assign you to one of the many pressing repair tasks. But, given your experience on board the Zeldi, I have suggested you join the senior staff briefing as we determine our next course of action.
Was? Die Loa-Deckler?
You can commence your maintenance shift afterwards.
Wir sollen in den Ready Room? In den Bereitschaftsraum? Sie hat nur
I tended to an
4
Elydian
Finger.
earlier. Major Starlet Arminta.
Ah, yes. I met him at the negotiations.
I never would have imagined I'd be here, on the same ship, working together with our oppressors. But now that I am, I can imagine a future where the Hotari and Elydians are no longer enemies. I'd always hoped for peace, but it seems so far away. There's still a lot of bad blood.
Well, if there's any way I can help, let me know.
I'll take you up on that. It's good to have the support of a Starfleet captain, I'm sure.
It's coming along nicely. Thank you, Tylus. I'll take it from here. We're almost done.
I have to brief Ambassador Spock in a few minutes.
Ambassador Spock can wait. You have some fences to mend. Personally, I'm against the needless destruction of innocent life forms. So I'm glad you transported the Draconian crystals onto the ship. But Lieutenant Bedrosian obviously feels otherwise. And right now, you need the full support of your bridge crew.
Tja, man kann sich allen recht machen.
Being an effective leader requires trust. But an issue as divisive as this can create discord.
I still need and value contrary opinions. I don't want everyone agreeing with me when they feel otherwise.
So.
Oh, you'll know when Lieutenant Bedrosian doesn't agree with something. She's not shy about making her opinion known. It's been a chaotic last few days for everyone. You need to name a new first officer in preparation for what's coming. You'll have to work to regain Lieutenant Bedrosian's trust. But if she's removed from consideration, it comes down to Westbrook or Ermot. Obviously, there are pros and cons with each, but ultimately, the decision is yours. Commander Westbrook has seniority and was hoping to be Captain Solano's first officer. Ermot has the knowledge and experience that makes him more than qualified. You really couldn't go wrong with either of them.
Wir haben Zeit, uns das auszusuchen. Es ist halt auch eine schwierige Entscheidung, ne? Ermot ist natürlich klar, auf jeden Fall ein starker Kandidat. Westbrook hat sich in gewissen Situationen als äußerst wertvoll erwiesen, hat gute, richtige Entscheidungen getroffen. Bedrosian war mir viel zu emotional. Die wollte immer alles kaputt machen. So. Ich glaube, Westbrook wäre die richtige und sinnvolle Entscheidung gewesen. Oder ist immer noch die sinnvolle Entscheidung. Ermot hängt mir zu sehr am alten Captain. Ist natürlich auch eine Chance, ne? Also Ermot ist so der mittlere Kandidat. Westbrook ist so sehr auf unserer Seite und Bedrosian hasst uns. Eigentlich müssten wir sie natürlich auch ins Boot holen. Und es ist halt echt schwierig, ne? Wie man es macht man es verkehrt. Das ist eigentlich können wir nichts falsch machen. Wir müssen mit Bedrosian, also die beiden sind ja schon bei uns so ein bisschen, ne? Ermot noch weniger, aber Westbrook auf jeden Fall schon. Mit Bedrosian müssen wir auf unsere Seite kriegen. Wir müssen alle an einem Strang ziehen. Verdient? Also wir alle drei haben das verdient. So ist das nicht, ne? Ich mache jetzt etwas sehr Unpopuläres und handle hier gegen meinen eigenen Willen. Im Sinne von, ich wollte eigentlich wen anders nehmen.
To be honest, Lieutenant Bedrosian feels like the perfect fit for the position.
I would otherwise agree. But given what happened, that'll take some work on your part. You're as good as new.
Thank you, Dr. Duvall.
Always nice to have a captive audience. You really shouldn't keep Ambassador Spock waiting.
Captain.
Oh, what's this?
I'll meet you inside.
I'm here to officially tender my resignation from the crew of the USS Resolute. I cannot in good conscience continue to serve aboard this ship.
Listen, Lieutenant. I understand how you feel, and I respect your opinion. You're one of the most valuable officers on the bridge, which is why I cannot accept your resignation.
I'm sorry, Captain, but I expected as much. Which is why I already submitted my letter of resignation to Starfleet Command.
My door is always open if you change your mind.
We'll have Ambassador Spock via subspace shortly.
Thank you, Mr. Ermot.
I'll notify Lieutenant Bedrosian we're about to begin.
That won't be necessary.
Petty Officers Diaz and Erzähler have first-hand experience with our adversaries. I thought it advantageous for them to join this briefing. I understand this is unusual, but I trust you have no objections?
Talk about moving up in the world.
These are unusual times, Mr. Chovak.
In all seriousness, what Diaz and Erzähler accomplished aboard the Zeldi is nothing short of remarkable. They're both to be commended. Not only for surviving against incredible odds, but for helping our efforts against these scions.
You know, Carter deserves most of the credit. None of us would have made it without his help. We'd all be bioformed by this point.
Well, I could say the same thing about Erzähler here. She deserves as much of the credit as I do.
It's like a mutual admiration society.
Ambassador Spock is ready for you.
Put him through.
Captain Rydek, your recent change in station certainly warrants mention, and I trust you to faithfully execute your expanded duties. Right now, we must keep our attention on the clear and present danger that lies ahead, the Takan and their warship. The closest populations are the Hotari and Elidian systems, and they are likely the first targets for mass bioforming. After that, lies Federation space. I have advised Starfleet Command to send an impromptu battle group to intercept and assist you, but that will take time.
Ja, Zeit, die wir nicht haben.
You are our first line of defense. And with our shield algorithms compromised, we are at a great disadvantage. Of course, you know that as well as I do.
We can take them on ourselves. We've already had some success against the Takan. We destroyed one of their modified Elydian ships, the Zeldi, in combat.
That was not a true Takan warship, was it?
No.
Remember, our strength is drawn from our ability to work together towards a common goal.
Have we made any progress in finding a way to defend ourselves from the Aphilion's bioforming weapon?
Currently, our shields will not protect us, but I am compiling all of the information the away team gathered on the Zeldi and cross-referencing it against our own as well as Portal 6-3's methods.
The away team is sitting right here. They survived without getting bioformed, so we know it's possible. So, what's the secret? How do we defend ourselves? Is there a weakness we can exploit? Something we can do to avoid getting bioformed?
I wish I could tell you the solution. But the truth is, there is no easy answer. There's no defense against bioforming. One-on-one or on a mass scale. At least, not that I know of.
We may not be able to stop it, but it might be possible to slow it down. It's too soon to say for sure, but we've had some promising indications that Duridium can delay the bioforming process.
Duridium?
It's not a cure. It's not going to bring anyone back we've already lost. But Duridium is a cell stabilizer, so it has the potential to slow down the onset of physical and mental changes, if not entirely prevent them. And it might be the only ship in the fleet with this much Duridium on hand. In fact, a lot of ships wouldn't have any.
I'll forego the rest of my treatments, if it means the crew will be safe.
Captain, you'd die.
That's an honorable intention, but it's not that simple. It requires a much larger dose to be effective. We don't have enough Duridium on board to protect the whole crew. We barely have enough to protect everyone in this room.
Sounds like it won't do us much good then.
The use case I'd suggest is that it could buy a little time for an officer or a small group to complete a task or mission. But it has to be taken at the moment of exposure to the bioforming mechanism.
Prepare a delivery method for this remedy.
That raises the question. What is the mission?
Wir müssen auf dieses Schiff.
Assuming the Aphelion uses shields of some kind, I don't expect it will be easy to bypass their defenses.
Da könnte Portal 6-3 auf jeden Fall eine Rolle spielen.
We may not be able to block the Aphelions' attack either. But if they do strike, we know their weapon uses transporter technology. We might be able to backtrack their signal path.
Like we did to evacuate Captain Rydek from Tau.
Exactly. We could send an away team onto the Aphelion.
So we could destroy it from the inside.
I'm not exactly sure how, but...
I think Portal could still help us. If he can't get a first-hand look at the Aphelion, he might be able to identify a weakness.
After sparing the remnants of his civilization, I should hope he'd help us.
He will.
We'll need to prepare a boarding party, if it comes to that.
Petty Officers Erzähler and Diaz are the logical choices to lead any away mission to the Aphelion. They have already crippled one enemy ship. If anyone can do so again, it is them.
This isn't like the engineering mission that took you to the Zeldi. Do you really have some special insights that a tactical team wouldn't?
Doesn't the fact that we're here speak for itself?
Just surviving won't be enough this time.
Sabotage is kind of becoming our specialty. We'll find a way to get the job done.
Well, he certainly has the swagger for it.
If this is the necessary course of action, I support it.
With the help of Portal. He should be part of the away team.
I will compile all the latest data on the tricorders, just in case.
In the meantime, I want you working on ways we can combat the Takan tech. Shields, weapons, anything we can use.
Yes, Captain.
Anything else, Ambassador?
I know this matter is in capable hands. Hold the line as best you can. Help is on the way.
Thank you. We have plenty to do and no time for speeches. Let's get to work. Thank you, Petty Officers Diaz and Erzähler. You're dismissed.
While we have a quorum of senior staff, there is a procedural element we need to take care of. The Resolute command codes must be transferred to Captain Rydek for control of the ship.
Of course.
Computer, transfer all command codes to Captain Jara Rydek. Voice authorization Ermot, Echo 4 Lima.
Voice authorization Duval. Beta 2 Yankee.
Voice authorization Westbrook, Alpha 7 Tango.
Awaiting your authorization, Captain.
Ob das jetzt richtig ist, ist
Voice
wahrscheinlich.
authorization Rydek. Alpha 7 X-ray.
Captain's codes the updated command structure is incomplete. Please
Ist wahrscheinlich
designate
später
a new
wichtig.
first officer.
Who is the new first officer?
Please designate a new first officer.
Ach, sie sitzt ja nicht da. Sie musste ja unbedingt die theatralische spielen. Wen haben wir denn noch? Nur die beiden. Ja, dann nicht den Ängstlichen.
It is an honor and a pleasure to name Commander Westbrook as my new first officer.
Thank you, Captain. You made the right choice.
Congratulations, Commander. It's long overdue.
I know we've had our differences, but I can't tell you how much I appreciate this.
Computer, Commander Westbrook is the new first officer of the USS Resolute.
Awaiting voice authorization.
Voice authorization Westbrook, Alpha 7 Tango.
Authorization is now complete.
Now, if you'll excuse me, there's work to be done.
Nicely done. I think that went well.
Captain, could I have a word with you?
Oh Gott.
Give me a minute.
Look, I respect your decision, Captain. Commander Westbrook has seniority, and I can understand why you might have felt pressure to promote him. But what I can't understand is why you would choose someone so clearly unsuited for the position. It's the very reason why Captain Solano chose you over him.
I know you're disappointed, but I trust his experience, and I need to rely on him now more than ever.
But that's just it. We can't afford to make any mistakes, and that's my concern with Commander Westbrook. Maybe I've had it wrong this whole time, but I thought we've had an excellent working relationship almost from the moment you first arrived. Yes, I was insulted when you didn't trust me with the information about Captain Solano being compromised, but I've always supported you, which is certainly more than you can say about Westbrook. He was always against you, especially with regard to Captain Solano.
Look, I'll be honest. I can't do this without your help. You're one of the best officers we've got, and I need you by my side. Otherwise, we don't have a chance against Galvin. It's as simple as that.
And I'll be there when you need me, just like I always have.
Wirkt ein bisschen so, als hätten wir einen alten Freund enttäuscht. Haben wir.
I don't understand. Giving it everything she's got, but it doesn't make a difference. Something is actively slowing us down.
Keep trying. What's the situation in engineering?
I can't raise them. Internal comms are down.
It's the ionic interference. It's spiking again. If we reinitialize the central communications trunk, it should compensate.
If I may, Captain. Communications are critical to ship operations, and I should go take care of this.
Go.
I was hoping we could buy enough time until Starfleet could send more ships. But it looks like we might have to face off against the Aphelion sooner than we might want. If it's just us,
I'll consider any suggestions from my first officer.
We're being pulled out of warp!
The Aphelion is closing on us, and fast.
We're being hailed by the Aphelion. Galvin demands to be heard.
On screen.
Zerstören kannst du nicht.
That I would let you escape so easily after taking what's mine? How pathetic and predictable. At least you can take solace knowing you'll be a far braver Takan than you were as a cowardly Kobliad. Is it any wonder your people perished? If your every instinct is to run from a fight.
You underestimate the lengths I'm willing to go to ensure you don't succeed.
Sadly, this is as far as you'll get. We both know I hold your fate in the palm of my hand. That I could crush you in an instant if I so desired.
Tja, dann verlierst du aber auch alles, was du da an Munition hast.
And as much as I'd like to, you have another purpose to serve. As one of us.
Red alert! Handar, get us out of here! Evasive maneuvers!
Engineering section. No systems or structural damage, though.
Die Leute wurden verwandelt, oder? Jupp.
They were targeting the crew, not the ship.
Captain, we have to respond. Hit him in the mouth. What are your orders?
Fire photon torpedoes! Target the source of the beam!
The Aphelion remains undamaged by the photon torpedoes, Captain. And its shields are fully intact. It's too powerful to take head-on.
Damage report from the lower decks.
I still can't raise them, Captain.
Could be that the system's down. Or that was the Takan bioforming ray, and there's no one left down there to respond. Takan may already be on this ship. No way of knowing how bad it is yet.
Where's Ermont with the internal comms?
Comms appear to be coming back online.
System reboot in progress. I'll keep trying to reach him.
Good.
Here are your new tricorders. Now go. Get to the transporter room.
Okay, das wirkte gerade ein bisschen hölzern. Und auf dem Schiff ist ein Kampf ausgebrochen. Wir müssen uns beeilen.
We don't know who's on what side, Carter. Come on!
Ja, man muss ja sagen, das Spiel, ne, wirkt ein bisschen steif an manchen Ecken. Das ist halt einfach so. Mich stört's jetzt nicht. So, das fällt aber krass auf, logischerweise.
Transporter Room 1.
Sind dann doch ganz schön viele.
You're coming with us?
A security officer told me your funeral, which I gladly accepted.
These are concentrated iridium doses. You need to take the dose as soon as you're exposed for it to be effective. Hell, take it right before if you can get the Takan to wait while you do it.
I'm having trouble locking onto the transporter path through the interference.
I've done this before. I have to align the transporter with the tetrametric signature. We need to tunnel through the shields.
Irgendwo muss noch irgendwas fehlen. Wir können es nicht wirklich bewegen, ne? Das ist halt ein bisschen doof. Ich weiß nicht, wie viel Zeit wir dafür haben, ne? Warte mal, warum mache ich das überhaupt? Achso, wir können nur eins von den 3 Dingern wählen. Das ist ja genauso dumm. Das müsste doch theoretisch gehen. Warte, wir schieben das noch ein bisschen weiter nach da. Perfekt.
There's a problem. We don't have enough power to make the jump.
Natürlich nicht.
I might be able to divert power from...
Stand aside.
Weg da.
The signal is now resolved.
Okay.
I couldn't let you fumble about any longer.
Thanks for that.
No need. We must be on our way. I am Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Con Empire.
Nice to meet you, Portal.
We're right behind you.
Do us proud over there.
Na dann,
Ready to
auf los geht's
transport.
los.
Energize.
So, an der Stelle machen wir eine Pause und sehen uns wieder beim nächsten Mal. Also, bis die Tage.